Yes. So now laws and dissent. What are laws and what are dissent? First, we must come to know what is a dissent. Why do we dissent against something? So that probably shows that dissent can be is an opinion or philosophy or sentiment of non-agreement is dissent. When we don't agree to something is dissent, and there is law and there is dissents. Okay, so the difference between the two is have to be known also. What is the role of dissent? The role of dissent is a powerful source of developing effective public reasoning itself necessary for determining legitimacy of the actions and institutions of a given state as well as the customs and practices of a given society. That is the role of a dissent. Is to not agree to something. Two of the justices dissented from the majority. That means to disagree with the methods or goals of a political party or government taking in an opposition view is called a dissent. Okay. So what are laws and what are dissents? We have to know that. That is that we have to know. Now what is the laws and dissents? Right. So here laws are formulated for the welfare of the people. Okay. You have the right to dissent. Okay. You have the right to oppose the law. That you don't want this law. This is not right. You have the right for it. So there you can do an oppose. But there are systems of opposing. I just cannot go ahead and oppose something. Okay. So it says here very clearly. I'll read it to you. Laws are formulated for the welfare of the people, but a situation may arise where a law might not be in the larger interest of the people. What should the people do then? Should they obey the law or express their disagreement? If we look at our history, we will find many instances where people defied the laws of larger good of the country. The salt satyagraha movement, the anti-liquor movement, these were the things. So we'll talk about the salt satyagraha. You must have read about it about Gandhiji. General description I want for you to understand. It's not just reading about the salt satyagraha and anti-liquor. It's a general description of law and dissent. A dissent becomes criminalized and activity that is previously been considered legitimate. Dissent can land one in jail also. The distinction, it is actually a distinction between exercising freedom of speech and engaging in civil disobedience has sometimes blurred. At various times in history, it's said in the book also, perhaps in the contemporary settings, lawyers face particular challenges in representing clients and carrying out their commitment to promoting justice. Civil disobedience was one dissent. Huge. It can be caused ethically or politically motivated violation of the laws. Variety of issues that arise in civil disobedience trials include defenses based on constitutional law, international treaties and international law, statutory interpretations and common law doctrines. What is the civil disobedience trial? He was just quiet, he was just walking. He started walking with people. What is illegal in that? He is going against the law. It's a huge course of understanding this law. It's not easy. Civil disobedience, the salt satyagraha movement, who did he hit, who did he kick? He said that I am opposing this. The right to dissent is one of the most important rights guaranteed by our institution, as long as a person does not break the law. He has the right to differ from every other citizen and those in power and propagate what he believes in his belief. That is dissent, the right to dissent. You must understand that. It was a non-agreement of Gandhiji with the British about the salt tax. So he just said, I am going to not react with you, I will just start walking. So the British imposed salt tax, according to which the manufacture of sale of salt became British monopoly, right? No individual was allowed to make salt. Gandhiji launched the Satyagraha March. Gandhiji launched salt Satyagraha against this tax on 12th March 1930. Gandhi, along with his followers, left Sabarmati Ashram at Ahmedabad and walked to Dandi, a village on the west coast of India. He reached Dandi on 6th April 1930. Here he protested against the tax by making salt. It signified to challenge the authority of the government. The Dandi March marked the beginning of the civil disobedience movement. What did he do? Tell me. Did he hit anyone? Did he kick anyone? Or did he blast a bomb? Or did he do anything else? Right. He didn't do anything like that. It was a dissent. He went and made salt, which was not allowed. But he didn't break the law. He went against the law. So you have to know how to break the law or stay within that parameter. I'll just read Dandi March, this salt happened, okay, this is law and this is dissent, question answer done. You must understand what is the dissent. Tomorrow, in the days coming, you might not like something of the government approved. You have to read that part, what are the system of the law in that point. If I go against it, what are the points where I won't be arrested? But going in the disobedience also, you can be arrested. Civil disobedience. You are going, you are not liking the law, but he did not react. He had to stop the civil disobedience movement because other people were taking it in a wrong way. They were wanting action and they were creating action, which was not right. Okay. So we'll keep it till the salt satyagraha. We have done the need for laws, the dowry, female feticide, laws and dissent. And the laws of dissent, to explain the dissent, I have told you about the salt satyagraha. I just explained you what is the law and what is the dissent. Okay. So we'll keep it till here and we will come back in the next class. And I'll explain you the anti-liquor movement and then we'll finish the chapter. We have rule of law and the anti-liquor movement. Okay, so we'll do that in the next class, and we'll complete this chapter of civics, and after that we can go ahead and take things further from there. Okay, take care, bye bye, be good, respect your parents, and be home, be safe, and hope for the best. Everything will be normal again.